Just moments ago, President Obama, we're looking at the House now where they are considering the spending bill that President Obama is putting forward to try to pull the nation out of this recession that we're in. The president is confident that Congress will soon approve the stimulus package, but a pretty big number of America's top economists are saying that we should really do nothing. That's right, nothing to try to stimulate this economy. The group makes its case known in a full-page ad in today's Roll Call, an influential newspaper that primarily goes to Capitol Hill offices. The same ad to appear tomorrow in the New York Times and the Washington Post. With us now is Alan Reynolds, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute, which is putting up the ad. He's also a former research director for the National Commission on Tax Reform and Economic Growth. We didn't get to the fine print in that ad, so let me pull a couple of lines, Alan, and let's talk about it. It says, "We, the undersigned, do not believe more government spending is a way to improve economic performance. More government spending by Hoover and Roosevelt did not pull the United States economy out of the Great Depression in the 1930s. A lot of people think that's exactly what happened, that FDR put the Great Society program together and poof, the nation came out of the Depression. Wrong?
Yeah, and you don't have to take my word for it. You can read Christina Romer's research. She's the new head of the Council of Economic Advisors. She said monetary policy did it. That the fiscal policy had almost nothing to do with the recovery of that in the 30s. And economists up until a year ago, if you'd asked most of them, they would have said monetary policy is much more effective, much more powerful. And boy, we've got it. We've got the Fed working very hard here. So
yeah, the Fed has
folks.
The Fed has already pumped a bunch of money into the nation's economy.
The only thing that's ever worked. You know, the one thing you need to ask people about big deficit spending programs and this metaphor of jump-starting, give me one example that it worked. The best they can do is World War II, and as I said, Romer and others disagree with that one. We're looking at a deficit that could be, if they get this spending package through fast, 12% of GDP. That's double the record of the 30s. It's double the record we set in the 80s. 83 was 6%. The only thing that comes close is Japan in 1998, and boy, it didn't do them a bit of good. All they did was double their debt, double the interest they had to pay on the debt because they've twice as much debt now. They burdened taxpayers and with nothing but useless spending programs.
I know this is a huge issue and we don't have much time left, but when you say do nothing, what would happen?
Well, we didn't say do nothing. We said don't do spending. There are things you can do on taxes. They're fast and they're temporary. There are things you can do on regulation. You could, the Treasury could quit making us so insecure about property rights with banks, quit meddling so much. There's plenty you can do. The Fed is doing a lot. The question is these spending plans are slow. They are not temporary. Most of them would be hard to peel away. That's true of some of the tax cuts as well. If you want to see the evidence of this on the topic, I also have a piece in the Wall Street Journal today that quotes a bunch of studies that are equally skeptical.
We'll look at that. Alan Reynolds from the Cato Institute. Interesting ideas. Thank you.